Let's talk a little bit about that conversation we've just been having with Mark Champion. This idea that maybe this is becoming a war of attrition, that the United States wants to degrade Russia's ability to wage war on others. What do you think that means for your country?
Well, to be honest with you, that cannot really change the strategy for us, because our job right now is to survive. And no matter what everyone else is thinking, this is what we have to do. That is what we are fighting for. So truth be told, we just have to keep on fighting. And regardless of what the motives of other countries are, we are anyways grateful to all the countries that are helping us to achieve this goal of surviving and defending ourselves and our values. It is very difficult right now, but we also realize that without the support from the West, which we are truly grateful for, and which we expect to be continued, we truly cannot really defend ourselves. But we have been doing that pretty well so far. I think much better than everyone else expected, and that is our plan anyways. We do not really have any other plan but to survive.
Well, on that support from the West, we have seen over just the last number of days more pledges for hundreds of millions of dollars in financing, in weapons coming from the U.S. Other allies, of course, have taken part in that as well. What is still needed most on the ground in Ukraine?
Heavy weaponry. That is the major thing. When I'm talking to the military, this is their message that they ask me to convey to everyone listening, is that we need heavy weaponry. Because we did receive truly quite a lot of weapons from other countries, but we still haven't got enough of heavy weaponry. And that means very simply that we cannot destroy Russian artillery. And they continue to use their artillery to destroy our cities. Well, mainly Kharkiv and Mariupol, but then also smaller towns around Donbass. And we do not really have the means to fight against that. And I know there is political debate about providing Ukraine with heavy weaponry, but you have to realize that we are not going to use that to attack Russia on Russia's soil. We're just going to use that to protect our cities from Russian artillery. And that is what we are asking the West to help us get heavy weaponry. That is the main issue today.
I hear what you're saying about taking the fight to the Russians, but nevertheless, we have seen what appears to be Ukrainian attacks on Russian facilities, oil facilities, within the last 24 hours. The UK, London, is talking about being comfortable with the idea that Ukraine uses the weapons provided by the UK to take the fight to the Russians on Russian soil. What is the view within Ukraine about this? What is the desire to hit back at the Russians on Russian soil?
Well, the desire of Ukraine is pretty simple. Only thing we're doing today is defending ourselves. If in order to defend ourselves, we need to destroy Russian weapons supply and Russian storages of weaponry and artillery that they have, then we have to do that. But we have no intention, no plan, no dreams of killing Russian civilians, of attacking Russia, of going into their land. All we are doing is defending ourselves. And that is what we have been doing for the past, 8 years, if we start with the real count of the war from 2014. So trust me, no willingness to fight against Russia on Russian soil. The only thing we want is to be able to defend ourselves.
Inna, you mentioned civilian casualties, and of course we began this conversation with Mark Champion, our reporter, talking about the prospects of a peace deal at some point. How many more casualties, civilian casualties, is Ukraine willing to withstand before it gets to a point where it's willing to compromise with Russia?
Well, you have to realize that any compromise that Russia is proposing today will lead to yet other casualties. They might not be death. There will be a loss of, territory, loss of livelihoods for people. So what Russia is proposing today is that they are offering us a deal where they take part of our territory with our people who have their lives there today, who have their homes there today, and who are today trying to escape from the Russian army, from the Russian rule. How can we compromise on that? Just giving up part of our land because Russia came and started bombing those towns and cities, and people over there do not want to have Russian rule. So again, how can we compromise on that? That is our territory, those are our people, and we cannot simply give them up. Just like I believe any other country would not agree to give up part of its territory if Russia came bombing your cities. So we are not willing to compromise. I'm sorry, we're just fighting for our people.